Would you look at that? Tommo only went and got a haircut. Yes, we're in lockdown. I didn't actually go to a barber's. I did it myself. Everything you could see from the front and till about there, I'm responsible for. I did ask Hannah to do the back, and it's not great. Maybe I'll show it to you if you make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, okay? Now, we're all obviously very, very aware now of Racing Point's rebranding to Aston Martin for the 2021 season. This will be the 6th name that Silverstone-based team has operated under since its inception as Jordan back in the day, back in 91, wasn't it? Racing Point never really stuck, did it, amongst the fans or the drivers? As much as the pink liveries became iconic, that name never really stuck. Aston Martin, though, has got a lovely ring to it. They've got not pedigree really in F1 because they haven't been around in F1 since the 60s, I think. But still, it's an iconic British marquee. It's an iconic motorsport brand. And the reason it's Aston Martin is because Lawrence Stroll, who owns Racing Point and is Lance Stroll's dad, also owns a majority share as part of a consortium of Aston Martin, the automotive brand. So they're using F1 to help launch the rebirth of Aston Martin, hopefully. Because Aston Martin have really struggled over recent years. As much as they're iconic, Lawrence has really got them out of a hole there, because if he hadn't have come in and his consortium, they could have gone under. And there was a lot of speculation as to whether Racing Point, now Aston Martin, would be keeping BWT as their title sponsor, because of course BWT are responsible for that iconic pink branding on that car and all cars that they sponsor and all teams that they sponsor as well, just outside of motorsport. I was a bit concerned the idea of Aston Martin green, which we know is their brand colour, with the pink would look a bit strange, watermelon, but then watermelon with different shades. It's like a bright pink with a dark green. That would have been weird, but fortunately, from that point of view at least, we don't have to worry because BWT are gone, and in their place is a brand called Cognizant. But the thing is with Cognizant, no one knows who they... I mean, I'm sure some of you do, but I think it's safe to say most of you watching don't have a Scooby what Cognizant are, what they do. So that's the point of today's video, because neither did I. I guess first protocol, let's go to Cognizant's LinkedIn page and look at their About Us section. And it states, Cognizant is one of the world's leading professional service companies, transforming clients' businesses, operating and technology models for the digital era. Cool, but what does that mean? It's a lot of jargon here. What does that actually mean? I think it's safe to say that 95% of businesses, that's not a real stat by the way, are heavily reliant on computers and digital and IT services to run their business in this day and age. Well, Cognizant appear to cover every single possible digital technology thing you could possibly need covered in your business, whether it's AI, online security, the cloud, etc., etc. So they're basically just a fat off IT company. And judging by their scale, it looks like they're more catered towards big businesses and supporting their IT stuff, because the scale of Cognizant is mad. These guys are huge. I mean, just on their LinkedIn page, at time of recording, they've got 277,624 employees. That many individual LinkedIn profiles of people who work for Cognizant. Since their foundation in 1994, they've acquired 66 different businesses along the way to help them grow. And as of 2019, they had an annual revenue of $16.8 billion. That is 6.5 times Lawrence Stroll's net worth. In fact, you can adopt that as a currency if you like. They turn over 6.5 Papa Strolls. Cognizant were founded in a little town called Teaneck in New Jersey, US of A. Beautiful little town name that is, and they're still headquartered there to this day. They have 166 locations around the world, most of them being in India, and on the Fortune 500 list, they're ranked at 194th. For reference, Petronas, Mercedes title sponsor, are ranked 186th. And look, beyond giving Aston loads of money to just slap their logo on the side of the car, their IT insights and experience and expertise should definitely help the team, because it's not uncommon for an IT-based organisation to sponsor an F1 team, right? You've got CrowdStrike, you've got Hewlett-Packard, Citrix, Siemens. The list goes on of digital-focused companies that support F1 teams, because, of course, there is such a big digital element to Formula One behind the scenes, all of the tech, all of the computing that helps power these teams. Having a good technology partner is a no-brainer, and Cognizant will add this to the Aston Martin team for sure. So how is Cognizant going to affect the Aston Martin livery? Because the Aston Martin promotional materials have suggested pretty much the whole time that the car is going to be the dark green with hits of lime, which is what they've run for years in different motorsport series as the Aston Martin brand colours, right? But Cognizant's brand colour is dark blue. Now, my good friend Tommy Bellingham, Mr. WTF1 himself, raised a very, very good point a little while ago on Twitter, highlighting that green with blue and a little bit of lime green, that sounds familiar, especially a Silverstone-based team that used to be called Jordan. What was their first? The Jordan 191, of course. Look at the similarity. You can't say that this could not happen. Tommy mocked it up very nicely in GT Sport, and you can see the comparisons. There's a lot shared. Could we be seeing a retro Jordan-esque livery in 2021? Maybe. It's got a dark green that's very similar. It's got the lime highlights as well, and it's got a blue that's almost exactly the same shade. Question is though, will Cognizant push for that blue to be in the livery like BWT seem to do with the pink? Because it seems everywhere you see BWT, there's pink there. Like, they don't seem to be prepared to negotiate on that. I don't know. Maybe that was a part of the reason that they split tyres. I reckon that probably did factor in for sure, because again, green and pink wouldn't have worked for me. It's hard to say with Cognizant because I can't find any example, any history of them sponsoring a sports team in a professional capacity, motorsport or otherwise. So will Aston Martin implement the blue? If you ask me, probably not. As much as us as fans would love to see a retro remake, and I very, very much hope I'm wrong on this, but Aston Martin, new marquee, new start, fresh, they're going to want to create something of their own. I don't think they're going to be prepared to go down the retro route because they want to build their own brand identity and brand image moving forward, because I do feel that this is a long-term investment. You know, Lawrence Stroll's money's not going anywhere. His passion for motorsport isn't going anywhere. I do think we'll be seeing Aston Martin for sure, and probably Cognizant, if they end up doing what Petronas have done, which is stick with that team for years in Mercedes. I could see that happening, you know. So that's Cognizant. It's hard to wrap everything that they do into one video because it does appear that they do so much. But yeah, Fat Off IT Company is the easiest way of thinking of it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Again, do make sure you've clicked that like button, hit that subscribe button, because it helps the YouTube algorithm support me and give me some love. My name's been Tommo. This is no longer the Tommo F1 YouTube channel because I finally dropped the F1. RIP, new era, it's fine. We'll move on. I can still call myself Tommo F1, I just don't want it on the actual branding because FOM. Thanks again. Have a good one. Ta-da.